What's up, guys? It's 2019. I'm back. I'm back on this dead channel, one of my many channels. Oh, I have channels out there that you don't even know about, I bet. Let's talk about boxing. Manny Pacquiao. That's why you're here, right? This is going to be a stream of consciousness. What I always do with boxing sports, I just go off the head. One thing I'm really good at is talking. I can go on and on about boxing because I'm really good at boxing, because I've been watching boxing for a very long time. When I say I'm really good at boxing, not actually going in the ring, I'm good at analysis. I'm good at breaking down fights. I'm good at seeing the future and who's going to win fights. Many times I've been correct. I always got to reiterate, because you never know who's going to come on this channel and discover it. But seriously, I went on Showtime competition prizes when I had that going on. I went on more than many times in my life, over 10 fight prediction streaks in a row, where I won prizes. Anyway, let's talk about Manny Pacquiao versus Adrian Broner. Let me just break this down real quick. So this is tomorrow night, a couple hours away because it's nighttime right now. Manny Pacquiao, wow, 60 wins now, 39 KOs, 7 losses. So if you go through his record, you see his losses, obviously, like I predicted right here on this channel. But by the way, I'm one of the rare few that go predicting fights and talk about the boxing fights before they actually happen, and many of the predictions will come true. Very rare. You get these guys that go on and just want clicks and views and money. That's fine, but a lot of them don't know anything about boxing, and they just talk about news. They just bring up relevant news, to get into the algorithm and just get money or whatever. But I'm actually knowledgeable on the sport. I really am. I had my own boxing show back in the day, interviewed the likes of Harold Letterman, Jimmy Lennon Jr., a lot of people. Anyway, so let's look at Pacquiao. He lost to Juan Manuel Marquez. You remember that, the KO. Timothy Bradley, in my opinion, he didn't lose. That was a robbery. So actually he has 6 losses. And the unanimous decision back in the day, Eric Morales. Do you remember that one? Dang, 2005. All right, so Pacquiao is now 40-year-old man. He's turned 40. That is always a wrench in the prediction program, if you will. Because when people start getting older, they age, they're either going to show up and perform or they're not. They're going to turn old. And it sounds cliche, but seriously, I'm going to sneeze. Don't sneeze. Seriously, so I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses, but I'm looking at this the way I would look at Pacquiao a little bit younger, because he seems to be performing pretty good, because Pacquiao's last fight was against Lucas Matisse, where he shocked a lot of people. People didn't expect him to knock Matisse out. He TKO. I wasn't surprised, to be quite frank with you. I wasn't surprised about that at all. I don't want to put this mic in front of my mouth. Here's the mic, and cover my teeth, because I have nice pearly white teeth, and a lot of people don't, so I'm flexing my teeth, and they're not stained yet. Someone said, you have nice teeth. I go to the dentist a lot. They're actually not perfect, but just talk about my teeth real quick. I drink a lot of coffee, but I brush 4 times a day. Sometimes I use dental floss. More recently, I've been using a lot more, because, it's not good to not use dental floss. So anyway, I'm just saying, for your own health, guys, get the dental floss working, and gals, brush your teeth regularly. How insane is this? I'm talking about boxing, and I just went into a rant about dental floss. So let me get back on point here. I'm a very hyper guy, naturally. It's not shtick when I get on my other channels and I go on and on and on. If I'm not acting in something, I'm really hyper. I drink a lot of coffee, 2 cups a day. I try to get my 2 cups a day in there. I had to put a cap on it. I was drinking a lot more than that. But anyway, I digress. Back to the fight here. I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to upload it. I have light kits here. I have all this good stuff. But this channel is not monetized. So you're not getting that quality content in time right now. I got to work on other things in my life. I'm sorry. I don't want to burn my expensive lights. I'm joking when I say that. On doing, complex edits on this channel. So guys, I just want you to know, Adrian Broner, let's look at his record. Adrian Broner is just the problem. And I think his career is a problem, and it has been a problem for a long time. I'm not trying to make friends in the boxing world. I'm not going to suck up to the fighters that, I'm not doing interviews. People, they literally suck up. That's why I love Teddy Atlas. He's the most honest and genuine boxing expert. He gets on, even though He doesn't get all the fights right because nobody does, but he's been wrong a lot in the past when I've been right. And I was like, wow, I'm out predicting Teddy at one point. Nobody's going to be right 100% of the time. But I'm just saying Teddy is the man. He told you why. He went on to this whole thing in the Joe Rogan podcast, but I heard it before where you have... We'll talk about that later, how corrupt it is. I know it's corrupt. So boxing is rotten. It's rotten from the bottom up. Dang, I just dropped my mic. I got a mic here. You heard that? Sorry. So it flipped over. I didn't tighten it up. So let's look at his losses. Marcos Maidana was the big loss, where the coming out party was, where I thought he was going to probably lose that fight going in. I don't remember if I called it on his channel, but I remember thinking Paulie Malignaggi before that fight. Paulie, who I say his name wrong, his last name wrong a lot. Sorry. I met him incidentally, and I ran into him again in a mall. It was weird, but that's another story for another day. But Marcos Maidana, before that, I thought Paulie exposed Broner. There's so much money in the game. I thought he could have got the nod in that fight in Brooklyn, but then he went in there against Maidana and got destroyed. He's lucky not to get knocked out. So a lot of people in that fight, if you know boxing, you would say, hey, this guy doesn't either take the fight seriously, the game, or he's just not as good as they were hyping him up to be, and that's what I think. After that, he went on to get a string of wins, 3 wins, and then he fought Sean Porter, unanimous decision. He lost straight up. He lost again. So there he gets another shot at greatness, if you will, and he loses every time he steps up. So then his most recent loss after that, who I knew, I don't know if I went on his channel and said it, but I said it to everyone. Mikey Garcia is the man. He should beat Broner. Mikey Garcia is a really good fighter. Why he's going up to fight Errol Spence? He's looking for greatness. I'll give you my prediction on that soon. But just saying, he is not that good. He's not... Look, if you're talking about fighters, it's very harsh. It's the game they pick. They chose to have these professional careers where they go in the ring and fight. So as a critic, as an expert, I'm a boxing expert at this point. I've got enough predictions under my belt before the fights, because hindsight is always 20/20 with these so-called but fake boxing experts. But I tell you, before the fight, who won many times. I've proven over and over again, not right all the time, but a lot of the times, the majority of the times, I'm going to be right, especially with big fights where I've seen the talent. So Manny Pacquiao should win this fight. Now he's 40, so that's the unknown factor. How does he perform at 40 years old? How does he perform as a successful rich man? Well, look at the Matisse fight. Not too long ago, he fought in his last fight, Lucas Matisse, like we talked about already, and he knocked him out. Adrian Broner is not going to be easy to knock out. If Manny Pacquiao is going in there looking to knock out Adrian Broner, it's not easy. I don't know if that's going to happen. Adrian Broner has a great opportunity here to look really good against a 40-year-old guy, but the rap is, in boxing circles on Adrian Broner, he doesn't take boxing seriously. He's a clown. Nothing wrong with that. He likes to joke. Brandon Rios like to joke around a lot. That's his personality. That's fine. But if he's not taking this fight seriously, Manny Pacquiao should win easily. When I say easily, do I mean by a knockout? No, he should look like he's controlling the fight. He should be landing the more harder punches on Broner throughout the fight. He should be using his southpaw stance to confuse Adrian Broner. This is Manny Pacquiao. He's a southpaw. Adrian Broner, he's just like, he always failed. He always failed when he had the challenge, the big break, if you will. It all started with Maidana. The guy's 29. He took a beating in that fight. That took something out of him. Nobody gets a fight like that at a young age and it doesn't take something out of you. That fight with Broner, with Maidana, took a lot out of Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner's 29 years old now. Arguably, still in boxing, that's a young man. What kind of a 29 is he? He's been beaten down by Maidana. Okay, so after that, he didn't look so bad. He took some shots with Porter, but all fighters are going to take some damage at some point. So he's still not that much of a damaged, shop-worn 29. But I think it's getting there. I think it's getting to the tipping point right here where it's not going to be good. If Pacquiao wins this fight, it's because Adrian Broner never had the talent. He's 40 years old, Pacquiao. So it's like one of those fights where Adrian Broner like wins and he won't get props and respect because he beat a 40-year-old guy, right? Let's be honest. That's what it is. But I just think that Manny Pacquiao should win this fight, but without saying before the fight, excuses wise, I'm sticking to the guns here. But he is 40, so we're going to see how it's going to be interesting. Pacquiao performs at age 40. Is he going to be able to close the show and stay ahead of Broner and not let the fight get really close where they give it to Broner? Because there's a lot of people probably interested in that. Boxing is so corrupt. You get these guys in the ring, these extras who are not the head trainers, and they're getting their face on cameras. I was talking to someone recently, I don't want to say any names, more than one person, in boxing. That's right. The person had a family member that worked in boxing. They have clauses in their contract where these guys get on camera to these extras in the background. Why don't they just, it pisses me off. Why don't they just give this guy the about? It pisses me off because the fighter's risking his life. Why don't they just give this person in the background the mic? I mean, the guy's got his face in the camera every second. Just hand the man the mic. He wants to talk. It's to the point where the guy's over the shoulder and he's talking over the fighter. This is pathetic. It's ridiculous. And this is why boxing needs to be controlled. It's genuinely pissing me off when I think about it. This extra, he's nothing. He shouldn't be in that ring showing that mug off, that unfriendly camera face. Couple of these guys, get them out of the ring if they're not the head trainer. Teddy Atlas once remarked on it. He says these guys are going to be getting cleaned up out of the ring. I don't think so because it's so corrupt. So these guys are photobombing. They're taking the camera away. They're taking the shine away from the man that's risking his life. I don't give a damn because I don't work in the boxing business, so I'll tell you like it is. Get these clowns out of the ring. Get these clowns out of the ring. And I read one article. One guy said, I'm humble. I get recognized everywhere. Humbled? You're recognized for being an extra in the ring? God, are you serious? Oh, my God. So the fighter is risking his life, and his no-talent hack is in the ring. And there's more than one, showing their faces off, yelling, they literally want to talk. They want the fame. They want the fortune. They are leeches, in my opinion, off of the fighter's back. It reminds me of that old thing where Don King, I forget who it was that lost, Joe Frazier, somebody, Don King steps over him and goes in the winner's corner, Ali's corner. I mean, come on. This is disgusting, and the sport needs to be regulated. I'm pissed off. I know I'm going all over the place, but this is all part of boxing. If you're interested in boxing, you know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. I don't even know their names. I don't want to know their names. I know it comes from Al Heyman and it trickles down. Oh, it's disgusting. Get the extras out of the ring. They're trying to steal. They're photobombing. They're trying to steal the shine away from the fighters who deserve everything. They deserve the kudos. They deserve all of the props. They deserve all the admiration. They deserve to be on camera. And nobody else besides the lead trainer, maybe someone in their camp, literally that works with them day by day. The blood, the sweat, the tears. And you got these people coming up and just leeching off the fighters. It's so corrupt. It stinks. That's why I stopped uploading here. I got so fed up with boxing. It stinks. It's the sport I love to hate. It stinks what's going on. It stinks rotten to the core from the promoters literally having the judges. Do you hear what I'm saying? The judges, they throw parties, shrimps, lobster, maybe a few plane tickets, and then they have them at ringside for the actual fight. I mean, what corruption? This is a corrupt sport. So you look, I'm the promoter of a fighter, right? And I'm gonna have, let's say XYZ judges, XYZ. I'm gonna take them out in the hotel they're staying at for the big fight. Let's say MGM Grand. I'm gonna wine and dine these judges for the fight. Shrimps, lobster, grease in the palms, doing all that good stuff, giving them candy, if you will. You know what I'm talking about. Giving them anything they want, making them comfortable, and just whining and dining them. And then they're going to be sitting ringside, observing the fight that I promote. You think that there's going to be some judges once in a while that's not gonna go for your fighter? I just threw a whole party. I spent thousands on these people. That should not be allowed. This should be regulated by the government. This is BS. This is a scam. It's corrupt. So you think that once in a while one of these judges is going to have a card going for my fighter? I just do a party for all these guys, and my fighter's in the ring. XYZ. They're for me, right? They're not going to bite the hand that fed them, are they? Would that be so impossible to believe? Anyway, that pisses me off. God, see, I'm getting so frustrated. I might even change the channel. I'm so sick of the corruption in boxing. Oh, man. I tell you, it's a sport I love to hate. When I think about it, like, can I put it, am I making myself clear here? I'm the promoter of a fighter. Let's say I'm promoting Pacquiao for the Broner fight. We all know Pacquiao's got a piece of Broner. It's different. But I'm just saying I'm the promoter of Pacquiao. Let's just hypothetically speaking. And then I'm going to have 3 judges come in to the hotel that I'm promoting and throw a party and then feed these people. Maybe even slide them some tickets to the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Hawaii. Where do you like to go? Who knows? You think any of that doesn't go on? Allegedly? Please. Of course it does. Of course it has in the past. Allegedly, it's all a scam. So this is what's turning off boxing fans. Boxing is renewed again. The heavyweight division is pumping and grinding. It's looking great. Fury, Wilder, Joshua. And then you have these corrupt decisions. You have these corrupt people in boxing, the extras in the background who want to come in and start talking on the mic, who wants to start photobombing. They want to be seen. They want to make themselves visible. They have it in their contracts. I heard from someone in boxing circles, have it in their contracts where they have to be seen with the fighter in the ring. What? On TV. Come on. This is just ridiculous. Anyway, hey, it's true. I'm all for the fighter. The fighter, I'm an artist, and a fighter is like an artist. That's their craft. That's their profession. You know what I mean? And then you have these leeches coming in, literally on camera in the ring. And then you have the corruption, the whining and dining of judges, the referees. Who else knows what's going on? A lot of referees are judges, right? It's a corrupt sport. John McCain was the only one back in like 2011. There was some talk. Teddy Atlas was talking about it. His only hope, because he was an amateur boxer or something like that. But his only hope, he was the only hope for regulated boxing. The only person back when in politics on a soapbox actually talking about it, but that is not going to happen. He's no longer with us. So that's all a dream now. How did boxing get to 2019 being so corrupt? How does this continue? See, I didn't even plan on talking about this. This thing just veered off from why Pacquiao's going to win and should win to how corrupt boxing is, but it's corrupt. Whatever. I don't care. I have no desire to be a boxing reporter. I do it for fun. If, I had my website up, I have no desire to be flying around the country with a microphone and a camera talking about boxing like that. I could do it from my house. I could do it from a camera phone wherever I am in the world as a hobby. Thank you. So whatever. So I'm not worried about hurting anyone's feelings. I'm not looking to get press credentials to go inside some, wild card gym and kiss butt. This is what it is, man. Boxing is corrupt. And as a true fan, as a true knowledgeable fan, as a boxing expert fan, because there's a lot of fans out there that aren't being heard. They're boxing experts. They're like me. They've been watching boxing since they were like 5 years old or whatever, and they know what they're talking about. So as a boxing fan, that's the truth from the bottom of my heart. And also the truth, I just think Manny Pacquiao, if he doesn't turn 40 tomorrow night, he should win the fight. He should totally win this fight. I think Manny Pacquiao, I was always a Manny Pacquiao fan. Being a Manny Pacquiao fan and getting unbiased predictions from me is what you'll see on this channel from my past, because being a Manny Pacquiao fan and wanting the Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight, and I said it'll be too late by the time they fight, which it was. I said the fight would be anticlimactic right in the video on this channel. I said the fight would definitely go for Mayweather. He will win the fight. And it's just like that. I call it like I see it. Floyd Mayweather was the ring general. Yeah, he's fighting exhibition fights right now, but Floyd Mayweather, love him or hate him, you got to respect it. You got to go back and appreciate what you were watching live on TV, or live if you had the privilege to go in to see him fight live. Floyd Mayweather was a fighter who didn't get a lot of knockouts, but yet was still marketable, built himself up, because a lot of fighters, they aren't marketable if they're not getting those KOs, but Floyd Mayweather had it all. Just the way it is, baby. He was the ring general. This guy had such a style that just shut down everybody, and he wasn't going to be beaten. I knew it, and I said it. I said nobody's going to beat this man, even though I wanted to see Pacquiao in his prime fight him. I wanted to see him tested by the very best. So anyway, my prediction is Pacquiao decision. If he gets a KO, more power to him. I think Adrian Broner is a lot harder to knock out. He's never been stopped, right? You're not going to go in there and knock out a 29-year-old guy when you're 40 just because you knocked out Matisse, who was damaged and was in his 30s, okay? So that's my opinion. I don't see a knockout coming. And I believe Adrian Broner, if he gets his you-know-what together, has a really good chance to redeem his career right here, to reestablish himself in the big fights. He needs to win this fight, guys. He needs to win. Love him or hate him, he needs to win this fight if you want to see his career or someone else more competitive fights for him. Because I think if Pacquiao at 40 years old beats Broner, we're talking about a gatekeeper fighter for Broner. That's real talk. If Adrian Broner loses this fight, he becomes a gatekeeper, and that's it. All about the billions. Bye-bye. All right, guys. That's it. I hope you enjoy the fight. I'll see you soon, I think, on this channel. Peace.